In this skill builder video, I'm going to show you how you can make your own jelly roll from your stash that you can use for any jelly roll friendly pattern. So if you don't know, jelly rolls are basically rolls of fabric pre-cuts. So inside each of these jelly rolls are 2.5-inch strips by 40 inches, depending on the manufacturer. So many times you'll find in a jelly roll, you'll find a sampling of a designer's collection, and there's usually about 40 pieces in each jelly roll. So I've got two different types of jelly rolls here. I've got one which is a collection of a designer. Now, the designer happens to be me, and I keep these jelly rolls as a memento of that one time when I designed fabric. And then I've got these two jelly rolls. So these jelly rolls will become my jelly roll friendly pattern pathways. Personally, I don't buy too many jelly rolls, but I do love the convenience of having a jelly roll. It's a great way to get a little taste of a designer's collection, especially if you don't want like 20 half yards of that particular collection. And jelly rolls are a great way to just start sewing without thinking of things like fabric selection. You've got a curated fabric selection right here, so you can just start sewing. And of course, there's lots of jelly roll friendly patterns out there, so you can just grab a jelly roll and the pattern and start sewing. And there's many reasons for making your own jelly roll. So one, it's cost effective to make your own jelly rolls, especially if you've got a lot of fabric on hand. Like for example, for this jelly roll, these are all solids and I have so much solids in my stash. So I could have easily just gone to my stash and made my own jelly rolls using this color palette. And on that note, making your own jelly roll can be a really good way to use up your scraps from a project that you just finished. And of course, if you make your own jelly roll, it's fully customizable, so you can pick each and every fabric inside your own curated jelly roll. So if I wanted to make my own custom jelly roll or jelly roll strips, here's how I would do it. So here is a selection of fabric that I'm wanting to use for another iteration of my Pathways quilt, which is a jelly roll friendly quilt pattern. So one of the strip sets will be pink. So I've got 4 colors here, and this is from my stash, so I didn't need to order all new fabric, right? And I can customize the colors exactly how I like. So what I'm going to do is I am going to lay out my first color on my cutting mat. I'm going to line up the fold with one of the lines on my cutting mat so I know that it is straight here. And first I am going to press out these wrinkles so I get a nice accurate cut. So I'll be right back. All right, so I have pressed out the wrinkles on this side, and I'm going to cut my jelly roll strips from this side. But first, I want to make sure that this is straight, and it looks really straight, but I just want to verify it with my ruler. So I'm going to line up my fold with one of the lines on my cutting mat here, so I know that it's all square. And then I'm going to line up my ruler with a line, a vertical here. So it looked straight here, but it was not completely straight. So I'm just going to clean this up. Now I know that this side is nice and straight. All right, so I could do it one of 2 ways. I could cut from that side, but I'm going to flip it over here. Then I'm going to line up again the fold with one of the lines on my cutting mat here. And I am going to use my ruler to measure the jelly roll width. So I need 2.5 inches. So I've got 1 inch, 2 inch, and there's my 1/2 inch here. And then just making sure it's all lined up through the entire yardage here. And now I'm going to cut my strip. Okay, there's 1 strip. And then for my pattern, I actually need 3 of each color. So 3 strips. So I'm going to repeat the process. So 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/2 inch, all the way through my ruler. And last strip of this color, 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/2 inch. There, so I've got 3 strips for this darker purple color. And now I'm going to repeat the process for my other fabrics. All right, so I'm going to lay it out. This is pretty wrinkled, so I'm going to iron it so it's nice and smooth. So it's nice and smooth on this side. I didn't press over here Hopefully that ends up being all right. So I'm going to line up the fold with the line on my cutting mat down here. And then I'm going to give this a fresh cut. This looks really straight, but let's just double check. And it's not quite as straight as I thought. All right, so I'm going to line up my ruler with a line on my cutting mat here. And then give this yardage a nice fresh cut. The other way you could do it is by lining up your ruler with the lines on the cutting mat and then cutting 2.5 inch lines. Either way is absolutely fine. Just pick whichever way you're most comfortable with. And I would just say be as consistent as possible. Consistency here is more important. So I'm just double checking. It's 2.5 inches. And then I need 3 of each. So 2.5 inches. So there's my half. So it's a little bit more challenging this way to see that you're cutting 2.5 inches, but it works. There's these 3 strips here, and then I'll repeat the process with my last 2 pieces of yardage here. This one right here, this is a perfect example of how you can turn like a scrap into jelly rolls, because this is leftover from a pattern I made, and there's really like maybe, I don't know, it's maybe 1/8 of a yard, maybe 1/4. So this is a great way to use up your stash. So I'm going to press these. Okay, so for this last one, I'm going to do it my preferred way, and I'm going to show you one of my little shortcuts I do. So I'm going to line up the fold of the fabric with a line on the cutting mat, and then I'm going to give it a fresh cut over here. I'm going to double these up so I can cut 2 different pieces of yardage at the same time, which is a shortcut, but if I mess up on both pieces of fabric, which is not as ideal, right? So you've been warned. If you double up, you might make a double mistake. All right, so I'm gonna give this a fresh cut here so it's nice and straight. And then I'm gonna carefully flip this over so my fabric stays lined up. And I'm gonna line up the fold with the bottom line again, and not as important as I think it is. All right, and then I'm going to cut my jelly roll strips. So 2.5 inches, so 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/2 inch. Add up. And then here I could cut another. Oops, I'm a little short on this one. Bummer. So for this one, I could cut another jelly roll strip right here and maybe put it in my stash so I know that it's a usable 2.5 inches. So one thing you can do is keep a stash of jelly roll strips, and when you get enough, you can make another jelly roll quilt. So this will go in my jelly roll stash. So these are my jelly roll strips I'll be using for my next pattern. I'll have to get a little bit creative for this one. It's another problem to solve. A design element, as my mom used to say. But that is it. That is how you can cut your own jelly roll strips. Now, if you're looking for a jelly roll pattern, may I suggest my own jelly roll friendly pattern I call Pathways. To get the Pathways pattern and full step-by-step tutorial, visit the linked information in the description. Happy quilting!